Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Down the Rabbit Hole with Alice Hatter. My name is Alice Hatter, and I was born and raised in New Orleans. Tonight's episode is titled How to Get a Free Flight, No Cash, No Card. So if you know me personally, you know that I love traveling. But also if you know me, you know I hate paying to travel. Travel costs are the biggest waste of gas and energy I've ever seen. If you want to travel internationally, you're looking at over $1,000 just to get there. That's a waste of $1,000 in my opinion. I'm a firm believer in doing more with less. One of my many goals in life is to prove that I can do more with less than the competition in any situation. Be careful having this goal, as I am so good at doing more with less that it tends to upset the unmotivated and those feeling stuck. If you really want to get under someone's skin, just be better than them. It's just that simple. That's when the fun starts. Once the comments come in, you know you've done something right. And once you hit your 30s, you've experienced enough, it just makes you laugh. I've learned to enjoy the salt associated in the lazy river of my hometown. I mean, sure, not my circus, not my monkeys, but getting under someone's skin by doing a good job makes me laugh more than writing these stories. But I have worked 1,000 jobs for 1,000 different companies, and one thing remains consistent. When you sell more or do more, it upsets the people around you. This is because you're making them look not as good as before you showed up. Ain't my first rodeo, and most certainly not my first time in sales, which is why half of y'all are mad anyways. I apologize to the lifeless souls who never left their home to get real-world experience, but I'm here and I'm about to tell you how you can leave your home for free, and this just might help you get a life. So listen closely. I was working for a luxury jewelry store in New Orleans. I had started this job maybe 3 or 4 months before the Pink Book event. I really wanted to go to the Pink Book event, but I was still new to this company. I knew the only way to get approval to go to the Pink Book trip was to have an A-list client agree to go with me. I mean, not travel together, but meet me there at the Pink Book event. I had a client book from my previous jewelry sales job. I got a past client to agree to meet me at the event in Houston. That was step 1. So I let my manager know I found a client to attend and that I would be at the event. She booked my hotel room and asked if I needed travel arrangements. I said, no, don't worry about it. I do have a way there. She said, great, and we carried on with our day. I was so excited all day. I was finally going to be at my first Pink Book event. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've never been invited to a Pink Book event, so I'll explain. This is a special event catered to top-tier clients where the finest gemstones, diamonds, and custom jewelry are shown and displayed for the most lucrative clients in a company. I had waited months for this. It's every sales associate's dream to attend the Pink Book event. I had certainly been working harder in hopes to get approval from my manager to go because I was new. I had just scored the approval. That was half the battle. But like I said before, I was doing more with less, and I refused to pay to travel. Paying to travel is like paying to wipe your own ass. Everyone needs to do it, but should we really have to pay money to accomplish these minor inconveniences? I think not, but life's not fair. When it comes to travel, all you need is your body to get from point A to point B, period. So it was Thursday and I needed to be in Houston by Friday. I started packing, planning outfits, and getting cute for my trip. Once I packed, I dropped my dog at my mom's and I took an Uber to the airport without a plane ticket or any legitimate travel plans. I did not go to JFK, the big commercial airport in Kenner. I headed to a small public airport. Now, when and if you do this, remember, there's an element of social engineering that goes into this, whether you're lying to the pilot about the reason you're traveling or not. Some rich dude with a plane is not going to travel with a dusty crusty. That's just the way life is, and if you're mad about it, make a meme for your Insta Slam. You know I love to see them. No one likes dusty crusty, and no one wants to travel for an extended period of time with someone who doesn't have good hygiene. So when and if you do this, most importantly, number 1, try your hardest to look professional. Number 2, look like you have somewhere important to be and have readily available evidence of the reason why you need to travel. Number 3, head to the nearest public airport. Number 4, find a security guard and ask them which of the plane owners is on site and if you can speak to one of the pilots. Those are the 4 most important steps to getting a free flight with no card and no cash. The security guard on duty the day I attempted a free flight was kind enough to point me in the direction of a pilot named Greg. I had the security guard point out his plane to me, and I walked over to where he had his plane parked. I explained to Greg, the pilot, I missed my flight and I had to be in Houston for Friday, which was the next day at this point. It was an urgent work meeting and I had to be there. I explained to Greg who I worked for and why I needed to be in Houston. Greg was slightly hesitant at first, but he started to ease up when I showed him videos and images of the Pink Book collection I was on my way to sell to a top-tier client. He agreed to fly me to Houston, and we were off. I had done it. I just got a free flight to Houston. Oh, what? I pulled it off, you know? I mean, I've pulled off a lot of cool stuff in my life, but this is probably one of the coolest things that I have actually pulled off, and like, we just gotta brag for a second here. So, I got my free flight to Houston with no cash, no card, no, quote, travel hacking, no lines, no booking fees, no BS. Y'all know how much I hate BS. Just kidding. But I simply used my good looks and charm to get from point A to point B, which is reflective of my life as a whole. Never underestimate the power of taking a shower, getting a haircut, and drowning yourself in student loans. It never hurts to be clean, well-dressed, and educated, especially when you're trying to get somewhere for free, which I am incredibly good at. But yeah, that day, I made a really awesome friend named Greg who owns a plane. So when you get tired of boat boys, leave the marina and head over to a public airport. There you'll find men who are pilots. It's just that simple. Travel for free like me and you'll end up with a new buddy who's a pilot. It's easy to overcomplicate things, but if you keep things simple and block out the BS, you'll most certainly accomplish your goals, whatever they might be. Well, until next time, everybody, take care.